Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope that you've had a good start to your week and that your weekend was good as well. So, the Gremlin report for tonight is relatively clear. Not a lot has happened, which hopefully means that you can see me and you can hear me and everything's fine. I don't know whether I zoomed in. Maybe I didn't. That's probably a little bit better. So, yeah. Couldn't remember if I'd zoomed in, but it looks like I'm now filling the screen a little bit better than I was. Anyway, hello to you guys in the live chat room. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let's give a quick shout out to you guys. We have Bob, Joe, Vera, Francis, Corey, Charlie, Joy, Al, Billy, Terry, Beanie, Josie, Tammy, Wendell, Angela, Lucy, Leslie, Corey, Deborah, Bob again, B's in there as well, Debbie, Suzanne, Tammy, Lisa, Muriel, Charlie, hello to you guys. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday night. And things are cooling down here in the UK, but not so much so as it's time to get the hoodie out. So we're just about surviving. And I think it's actually warmer than it should be now, even though last time it was quite cold. Did I wear a hoodie last time? I don't think I did. So it's never quite got to hoodie weather yet, but it'll be soon. You can trust me when I say that, especially being England and now with next stop winter, really. Next stop Christmas somehow. And then it's 2025, so another year goes by and it just seems like it was Christmas a couple of weeks ago, but evidently it wasn't. Right, so let's get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. A massive shout out to you lovely people. You know who you are, and their names go across the bottom of the live stream throughout the streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. They are the foundation of everything that I do. So yeah, thank you guys for all of your support. It is very much appreciated. So tonight we are going to be aiming for a likes goal as always. And tonight we are aiming for 495 thumbs up. So if you could leave a thumbs up as you come through the door, that would very much be appreciated, because if we do hit that target, I mean, it's a great target to hit for a Tuesday, but if we do hit the target, we'll bust out the guitar and have Fil Jam number 172, and I don't know whether that's correct. I think it's 173. So let me just quickly change that, and I am checking over here to have a look at Joe's message, and it is indeed Fil Jam number 173. So we will see if we get there by the end of tonight's live stream. So yeah, every thumbs up that we can muster would be great. Let me get the likes up on screen. There it is. 237 so far. So yeah, we made a good start to that. And I'm going to try and quickly work out how many more we need. 251. That's what I'm saying. Or maybe it was 261. So if we get to 250, that would be 245 that we'd need. So 245 plus 8 is 252 or 3. Okay. Right, let's stop the maths until we get to 250, and then it's going to be easy for me to work out. I always say when it ends in a 5, it's always really difficult for me to figure it out. But anyway, it'll be 245 when we get to 250 likes. And are we going to get there? I mean, 200 there. Now it's gone too far. So 245 minus 2, 243. You guys can figure it out. Cindy says your maths were correct. So, yeah, sometimes my brain gives me a random number and I just say it, whether it's right or not. And it seems to be the case that I lucked out there. But anyway, back to the live stream. That's more maths than we usually do. And it's better not to linger on my mathematical ability. So, yeah, Elaine says need to buy a calculator. But I think I purposely don't use a calculator because it's good for the grey cells to try and work things out without relying on a calculator. Because otherwise you lose these skills, and I've evidently probably lost them. And this is the only chance I get really to do any adding up and figuring things out with regard to numbers. because all I do the rest of the time is look at vocal lines and pitch monitoring software and all that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem reading that. That's fine. I can figure that out. But when it comes to numbers, on a screen, much more difficult. But anyway, if you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated. Bruno says the only way to improve on your calculator skills is to learn music theory. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, when I was teaching guitar and teaching grades, I didn't find that my mathematical ability improved. It just has always stayed at the same place. And that goes for, time signatures and all that kind of stuff. It still doesn't help me working out, getting up to 495 if there's 276. How many more likes do you need? Or, what's the number that you need? Music theory hasn't helped me with that at all. So anyway, and I have said recently that I'm trying to, because I'm not teaching now, and especially not teaching kids learning grades, which I didn't enjoy at all. I'm actively trying to just forget everything and move away from it because, especially with the Fil Jams on the live streams, I just enjoy playing along to sound and just using your ear and your musical ability to play to a sound. Regardless of what that sound is, you don't need to know, what key it is in and what scales you need and, which mode you should be in and which arpeggio you should be going to. I just like working with a sound because for me that's what music is. If somebody wants to write it down, great, but that's not how, when I'm talking to you now, because I'm using language, which is what music is, I'm not writing this all down and showing it to you on a bit of paper. I'm communicating to you firsthand. So that's how I like to communicate through music, is firsthand. You don't need to write it down and then show it to everybody. Obviously, if people want to figure out what you're doing and then repeat it, by all means, they can write it down. But for me, just creating organically and naturally and using the sound of, life and music, just working with it, that's what music is, just reacting to a sound. And we will be doing that later if we hit the likes goal. We'll load up whatever the sound is going to be and we'll make a sound that hopefully goes with the sound, because that's what it's all about, reacting to it and playing the sound that goes with the sound, not playing the notes that you've attributed to the particular sound. And say, what is that? What do I need to have written down to then play along to the sound? It's like, you don't need any of that. Just play with the sound. But I guess some people might not be able to do that and they need all the information. But then that's getting into the whole different side of your brain and creativity versus the more methodical way of reading and writing and all that kind of stuff. The creative side, I think, is totally different to that other side. And that's why musicians struggle with marketing and websites and trying to get their name out there and all that kind of stuff, because they're great at creating music, but then when it comes to now, right, how do you get your name out there? How do you market yourself? All that kind of stuff, they kind of fall by the wayside because they just want to create music. They haven't really looked into the rest of it. So you have to try to have a handle on, all areas of music and how to do it. And I think, certainly the creative mind isn't good at doing that. That's why there's so many musicians and bands and, artists that have recorded albums, but they've never really got it out into the world or made sales of it, because once you've done it, you've then got to focus on, the other side of the brain, unfortunately. But this is it. I don't want that bit of the brain being used when I'm creative and playing music, all that kind of stuff. Other people can do that. I just stick to extemporizing and doing whatever I'm thinking of at that particular second, regardless of which scale or mode it is in. But anyway, let's mention and get up on screen the donations tab, because you don't have to donate. Just watching is great. So for those people that can't resist donating, and there are a few, between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the Super Chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. But as I always said, just watching is great. Or I always say, and I have said. Bruno says, I usually I usually finding that not having money to finance musical endeavors often solves 99% of those problems you talked about. So thank you for that. And, well, yeah, this is the other thing, that you've got to be pretty prepared. I just caught a view of my fringe. Okay, it's actually defying gravity, not just going straight out like a slide, but now it's going to launch up into the air. If you wanted to slide down my hair, if you were like that movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, I think it is, where they're tiny little people. But anyway, going back to not having the money, and this is another huge part of trying to make it in music or trying to sell, and this is why my goal was only ever to make a living from music. That's all. I wasn't interested in fame or being signed to a big record label or having a fast car or anything like that. I just wanted to do it full time. So my goal was always to try and achieve that, which means you're selling your music, but it means that you have to work, save up your money while working to then pay for your rehearsals and pay for your CDs to get printed. And this is the side of the marketing, but also sales. You've got to know your margins so that you think, right, I've just paid for 200 CDs. So how much did that cost per CD? So how much can I sell them for in order to make a profit, so that when I want to order in more CDs, I have the money for that, as well as the money to keep on functioning and be able to push forward with, more things in the future. So this is it. You've got to get your calculator out and do the maths, unfortunately. But this is all part of it. That's the side of the brain that I'm talking about. But you've got to be prepared to work during the day, and then when you finish work, you get into the music thing. And I know that a lot of people, they do the work during the day and then think they get home, they can't be bothered. But I think that's all part of if you really want to do something, you will find the time, and you will make the time, I think is probably more accurate. You will make the time to spend on the things that you then want to achieve in the future. So I was doing that, working and teaching guitar during the day. And with my early videos, when I made a new video every night for 2 years, I didn't miss a video throughout that 2-year period. It meant that I was working during the day, and then every evening I would make a video. So this is it. You just kind of get into I think it might be a bit extreme, but that's my mindset, and that was my mindset. Just trying to do it as much as possible, and just effectively outwork everybody else, because everybody's got the same amount of hours in every day. So it's a very competitive marketplace, especially on YouTube. Everyone, I know, because of my nephews watching YouTube all the time, and the younger generation are all wanting to be YouTubers. It's a very competitive marketplace, but the only way in life, the only way you're ever going to succeed where someone else fails is by outworking them. If you both have the same skills, if you both have the same ability, if you both have the same interest, you might both have the same YouTube channel, for example. So you've just got to do more than they're doing, and ideally, you've got to produce stuff that's of a higher quality. And it's not just putting out videos for video's sake, which unfortunately the algorithm on YouTube seems to reward that, but then it's so competitive as a marketplace on YouTube. You just got to stick to a schedule you can do and just try and make every video as good as you possibly can. So I guess that's the advice I would give to my nephews, but they get out there and play football every day of their lives, so they're into that as well. They very much want to be footballers. But anyway, let's get back to the live stream, because don't have to donate, but I can see that something's already happened. It is Paul who's donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, here we grow again. 415,000 subscribers, most excellent. Let's have fun tonight and spike those likes, all y'all. Rock, hey Orlando, you there? And let's get this up on screen, because we have indeed, as clarified and confirmed by Paul, that we have hit 415,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for subscribing, hitting that notification bell, which you will need to do in order to get notified for all of the videos and the streams. But just hitting the thumbs up and leaving comments and joining me on these live streams, because it's great to interact with you guys and see your names in that live chat room. So let me shut everybody up as I quickly address some of the donations over on PayPal. There's been a few of these, so I'll try and get through them quickly. Roseanne's donated £5. Thank you for that, Roseanne. The message is, hi Phil, how do songwriters who can't read music get their songs into printed form? Are there transcription services that listen to recordings, then figure out the notes and then put them on paper? Thanks. Yes. Simple answer. The only problem is, so say for example, you're in a band, you've written songs, and then, they want to make a book about your songs. Generally, the record label, if it's an official book, the record label will get somebody in to, transcribe it or write it all down. The only problem is, and I have experienced this with my teaching, when somebody's brought in a book and they want to learn a particular song, and what they've written down is incorrect to how it actually goes. And this is on an official release of the book. So the person will be playing, a particular riff or run or guitar solo, for example, because they try and transcribe everything. So they'll be playing it, and then I'll say, oh yeah, that's good, but you played that little section was wrong. So have another go at doing that, and they'll play it the same way again. And I say, oh no, you're missing out these kind of 3 or 4 notes. And they'll say, oh, but this is how it goes. And I say, well, no, it isn't how it goes. And they'll show me the book. And it's been written down as how they're playing it. And I can literally then play them the song and slow it down. And then play the notes with the solo. And then they realise, oh, the official book have got it wrong. But this is the point that, the musicians aren't writing it down. Somebody's listening to it and thinking they're hearing something when, they're not... actually, well, they think they're hearing something which they're writing down, but what is actually going on is something that they're not hearing. But that's what happens. Even official books aren't entirely accurate. So there you go. A record label for an official book will just get somebody to do it. And don't even get me started on the internet, where people upload their own versions. Is probably a good way to describe it, but they've written, their own idea of what they think is happening, because that's an absolute minefield for playing things incorrectly. So anyway, thank you for that, Roseanne. And Tim has donated £5 as well. So thank you for that, Tim. And we have another one that's come through from Bruce. And Bruce has donated £4. So thank you for that, Bruce. And Vera's donated £7 and 26 pence. So thank you for that, Vera. And the message is, good evening, Phil. I happened to come home yesterday and heard the strangest noises coming from the boys' studio. I walked in and thought they had all gone mental. They were doing vocal warm-ups. Do all vocal warm-ups look and sound so hilarious? Thanks, Phil, for all you do and for answering my many questions, Vera. So thank you for that. And generally, a vocal warm-up is exactly what it sounds like. So you want to start getting your voice working with, lip rolls and, humming as well is, a very light warm-up. But lip rolls is certainly something that everybody does, and lip rolling scales. And then sometimes just singing through scales, getting to a particular point, and some people might focus on a particular part of their voice. I'm just going to skip that advert. But there might be a particular note or bridge that they're trying to get over, and they struggle to do that, so they'll warm up that part of their voice. But and there'll be lots of very strange noises going on. But the lip rolls are when you make a noise as if you're really cold and go like that. So you roll your lips. And by doing that lip roll, then going... then you're effectively going, you're singing a scale, but with lip rolls as well. And that's something that you can lightly, warm up your voice with, and go up and down, move. So you'll hear all of these kinds of things coming out of the artist's backstage room. If they're a vocalist, you'll hear all this kind. If they're a serious vocalist, you'll hear warming up. And you want to warm up your voice before you start singing, because obviously if you start kind of go straight into belting, you can probably damage your voice, and it's always good to start off light and then start to lean into it a little bit more. What I always found was when I was warming up, I would probably warm up for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, something like that, but very lightly. So that when I'd sing, I would already have my voice to a place where, with my talking voice, if I was just to start singing, I'd have to almost put on a kind of raspy sound. But I know that when my voice is warmed up, it starts to get that kind of sound to it, but I'm not forcing it. It just naturally happens when, you know, the voice is loose and it's a little bit more warmed up. So I know that from personal experience that if I were to go out and sing without warming up my voice, I'd be having to put on a kind of rasp that kind of isn't the right way to get into it. It would feel a little bit manufactured, because that's exactly what it would be. So you want everything that you do vocally, you want it to feel as natural as possible. So then, I mean, some people have a naturally really raspy sound to their voice, and the reason that they can just keep on singing like that is because it is a natural thing for their voice to do. It's not that they're trying to put it on, because generally when that happens and you do it incorrectly, you can damage your vocal cords, so not a good way to go. So warming up your vocals, always a very good thing to do. And you'll hear some very strange noises going on, but they're all normal, and they don't sound normal, but they are for warming up your voice. So thank you for that, Vera. And Lisa W has donated £10 as well. So thank you for that, Lisa. The message is, hi Phil, please send a special thank you to Vince G for hosting the Zoom call on Saturday, and special mentions to Billy and Bob for all they do for the supporters group on Facebook. It was marvellous and so nice to interact with everyone. Hope more wingers can join us next time. Rock. So thank you for that, Lisa. And yes, if you guys want to get involved over on Facebook, you can join the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over there, and that's where all that kind of fun stuff happens, where you have calls and different posts and pictures being uploaded that I can show on the live stream. So all of that kind of stuff. Thank you for that, Lisa. And Steve has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, how do you mix major and minor pentatonic scales when playing the blues, like Clapton and many of the other greats? So thank you for that, Steve. And I mean, everybody's different as to how they mix these shapes together. And I don't know, shall I quickly grab the guitar, and it's the Gem, which I think Joe said is, yes, for the Fil Jam we are set up. But anyway, I hadn't even got a pick, so not very prepared. And now I am prepared for the Fil Jam later on. So you might hear my voice going a bit echoey. But anyway, so what we have is, can you hear that? Oh, it's a bit reverby. So with this, we're in E major, and you have a kind of classic blues thing going on. And the minor pentatonic shape, which you'll start up here, probably not a good guitar to show this on because we haven't got the dots, but that's your minor pentatonic shape 1. Now, what you want to do is move that all down 3 frets. And now, if you end on the E, that's the key. That's another saying. End on the E, that's the key, because that will now root that shape in E. Because, it's really easy to start getting the major pentatonic shape sounding like another version. If you end there, it now sounds like it's a minor, like that. So this is why when you're playing the shape, you don't want to end there or there. You want to end on the E, because that's the key that we're that's the key that we're playing in. So anyway, back to the point, and I'll keep this quick, this answer. So you've got the minor shape, like that, and now I'm going to that major shape. So all I've done really is move down 3 frets. So you can mess around with this, and yeah, like Steve's saying, that mixing the major and the minor pentatonic scale. So these two shapes, you've also got the extended shapes, but I'm not going to get into all of that in this live stream. So just these two shapes, these two boxes, some people call them boxes, these pentatonic shapes, and by blending them together, you can literally play one and move it down 3 frets. And you're effectively going to get the major version of the run that you've just played. But if you always end on that E, it means it's always going to make sense. And of course, you know, you'll start to notice that when you start sliding up with that major pentatonic shape, of course, some of these shapes and notes will overlap. So that's where you then combine them together. You know, that kind of thing. And that little pinch, the classic Chuck Berry kind of hammer on there, that's now using notes from the major scale, but putting them and not even having to move for them because they overlap. So this is the thing, that it's just figuring out the two shapes independently and then just seeing where they cross over. So then with minimal effort, you can start putting in a line with the rest of your playing, which is minor. Kind of like that. So anyway, that is it. So what I would say, if you're just literally starting out, just play the same shape and then in the minor key, well, in the major key, in the minor pentatonic shape. This is the thing about the blues, that you'll find that you can go to that minor place, and depending on how the backing is being, I don't know, angled, like when I was playing that blues backing, you know, there's, and this is the thing about the blues, there's space to go where you want to, and you'll find that sometimes it'll be a little bit more minor based and sometimes it'll be a little bit more major based, so you'll spend more time in either of those scales or places depending on what the backing's doing. So yeah, you kind of judge it as you go, but I'd say if you are starting out, yeah, just play one line, move it down 3 frets to get the major version of it, see how that sounds, and just get used to finishing on the root note of the chord, which, you know, in this case would have been the E, but it doesn't matter. You know, if it's in G, end on a G. If it's in D, end on a D. If it's in A, end on an A. So yeah, this is it. That's the most important thing. So anyway, there we have it. Thank you for that, Steve, and hopefully that makes sense, or maybe it doesn't, but at least we got the guitar out. Tammy's donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. The message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting. Let me turn off that microphone. Congratulations on hitting 415,000 subscribers. Do you think that groups or bands that have taken to miming / lip syncing should be concerned they will be outed when shown up close on the large monitor or screen monitors while performing? So thank you for that. And generally, if a famous band or group are miming / lip syncing, there won't be any close-up shots. That's all organised because they'll know that, and that's something that people said. I got loads of emails about people who had been to see the Eagles when I was, you know, doing that analysis video, and they said they wondered why during particular parts of the show they were so zoomed out that you couldn't even see, you know, them singing. Well, obviously they assumed that they were singing, but you know, on Desperado, for example, which we featured, that if you looked at the footage at the venue on the night, it was so far away from Don Henley looking at his vocal that is such an intentional thing to make sure that people don't spot it, because it's just too risky. Because, yeah, if the singer forgets it, and, they'll be really close to the mic as well, so you can't see the mouth moving. But, yeah, this is it. They're not going to be too concerned about being outed or shown on the screen, because that's all organised beforehand. And if somebody does zoom in on them, then, that person's going to lose their job, that person who's controlling the zoom on the camera. So, yeah, they'll know exactly when and where they can zoom in during a set. That's if there are live parts of the set. If it's just all mine, then they'll keep their distance the whole time. So anyway, thank you for that, Tammy. And Nicole's donated £8. Thank you for that, Nicole. The message is, hello, Phil and Wingers. 54 years ago, Jimi Hendrix died in London on September 18th. Sure, he looks at us from his planet. Kiss and stay safe. So thank you for that, Nicole. And Vera's donated again, £7.26. Thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, what was it about music that captivated you at a young age? Was it the challenge of learning to play and then to sing later in life, or does music touch you in a deeper way emotionally? I'm just curious, as usual. Hugs, Vera. So thank you for that. And it was just, hearing Jimi Hendrix play the guitar, I thought, oh, that sounds cool. And my dad played guitar as well, so I kind of heard him playing, now and again. He didn't used to play that much. I think maybe once a week or something at the weekend. But hearing somebody playing the guitar, hearing Jimi Hendrix playing the guitar, listening to lots of other, I guess, bands and music that my dad had, and and the Beatles, all that kind of stuff. Once I started figuring out that, you can play what you can hear, but on this thing, for some reason I thought, oh, that's cool, and I wanted to be able to do that, especially the Jimi Hendrix stuff. So that's the thing that I wanted to do initially when I was kind of 11 or 12 years old. But then when it came to singing, I think that was just a necessity, that I couldn't find a singer for my band, and we auditioned singers for a year, and it was taking so long. I mean, especially when you want to do something all the time and you think, right, let's do something tomorrow, let's do something today, because time is a wasting. We need to move on with things if we want to try and get somewhere. So the fact that we spent a year doing nothing but auditioning singers, I pretty much reached my limit and thought, right, I'm going to learn how to sing, because at least I can do that every day, and at some point I'll get to a point where we can then actually do it, because I'm not spending another year, for example, auditioning singers and not getting anywhere. So that's just through a necessity of wanting to keep pushing forward and learning to sing. I mean, that's pretty much how it's all gone. So learning to, produce music myself, and learning to sing, learning about setting up websites, learning about videos, video editing, lighting for videos, recording, digital audio workstations, which is all part of production. And then with the analysis videos, getting into pitch monitoring software, because I've had a history of production anyway. When I then started getting into that, I then thought that we can look at things in even more detail, and the pitch monitoring software really kind of opened the door to being able to analyze people's voices in extreme detail, but then also show whether they're actually singing or not, or whether they're miming along to a track that's been previously recorded. When we've got that reference track, we can look at that and just match up the lines, because otherwise they'd never match up two separate takes of a vocal. So anyway, thank you for that, Vera. And Debbie's donated £10. Thank you for that, Debbie. And the message is, hi Phil, congrats on 415,000 subscribers. Do you think there are songs which were successful but bands wish they had never written? You are amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And I don't know. I'm sure there are songs that bands don't enjoy playing as much as they used to, because they have to play them all the time. But there's the flip side of that, that if you have written a hit, I think you've just got to thank your lucky stars that you're making money from that song that's selling a lot. So if people say, I wrote a song and it was huge, and it was so huge, everybody knows it, and everybody wants me to play it at my gigs, I'd say, well, that's a privileged position to be in, because there'd be plenty of musicians who would, donate a kidney for that kind of thing, and especially that regular income if it's that popular of a song. So Yeah, I think there might be people that have that personality trait that don't like playing one of their songs, but I have a much more balanced view of it, of, you know, living life and having to pay bills and all that kind of stuff. I think that if you are in that situation, you're very lucky to be in that situation. It's a very good problem to have. But anyway, thank you for that, Debbie. And Angela's donated £14.52. Thank you for that, Angela. The message is, hello, Phil. You may have talked about this before, and I probably did not listen. So, question. What is the difference between a lead guitar and a rhythm guitar sound-wise? Keep on rocking. So thank you for that, Angela. Right, rhythm guitar. You're playing chords and you're filling in sound. You're filling in frequency. So when somebody's playing lead guitar, there are single notes going on. So it's not a collection of notes as you would have with a chord. And a chord on a guitar is going to be at most 6 notes. So it means that it's going to fill in. You're getting lots of notes. It's making more noise. It's filling in more frequency. Like I don't want to get into kind of the EQ curve and where the sound's being filled in. But playing one note, it just gives you one note. So it's not the same sound as a rhythm guitar. So lead guitar, single notes. Rhythm guitar is filling in sound. So you want to make your playing as full sounding as possible, because that's going to be underneath somebody playing lead guitar. Now, if you don't have a rhythm guitarist underneath, then you have to try and blend lead and rhythm together, which is something that Jimi Hendrix used to do, for example. But, you know, Rory Gallagher did that as well. So there are great guitarists who had that ability to mix and match. And generally, in a 3-piece, you are going to have to do that. You're going to have to fill in as much as you can rhythm-wise at the same time as throwing in a little bit of lead. But then again, you can still break off into a lead guitar if you've got a great drummer and a great bassist and they're keeping everything tight. So, yeah, that's it, really. Rhythm guitar, you want to fill in as much sound as possible for the lead guitarist to play over the top of. So thank you for that, Angela. And Beth has donated £25. Thank you for that, Beth. And the message is £25 for the Queen t-shirt. Best, Beth. So thank you for that. And yeah, unfortunately, this t-shirt is not for sale. But thank you anyway for the bid. Yeah, I've received so many emails and messages about Queen recently. And I say Queen, a particular song, which, if I'm right in thinking, they might be re-releasing Queen's debut album. And I haven't looked into this other than just looking at this particular song that's being sent my way, because I'm probably going to make a video on it this week. Because if they are doing the whole album in the same way that they've done this one song, I don't know where to go with it. And I might mention in my video, if everyone, when I release my video, can they message Brian May somehow, either on X or Twitter as it used to be called, or on some Instagram or something? Just send him messages, because I want to know if he is in the loop with what they're doing to Freddie Mercury's voice with this song. But if they're going to do the whole album like this, even just a little bit of time I heard listening to it today, they're making a massive mistake if they are going to do it in the same way that they've done this track. Because, yeah, you'll have to look out for the video. Probably I can get it done for Sunday, so look out for it on Sunday. I'm thinking, yeah, how long have I got? Yeah, I might be able to do it for Sunday. So, yeah, what they're doing to Freddie Mercury's voice, I mean, first of all, it's sacrilege. But from what I've heard and what I've seen with the tuning of the instrumentation, they didn't actually need to pitch correct his voice, because they're not realising where Freddie Mercury was singing. Because from what I've seen, Freddie was singing at 436 hertz. So that's where his voice was. But the instrumentation was at 440 hertz or 441. So it just means that he's not actually singing out of key or off pitch. It's just that they didn't match up. So all they had to do was match them up. Because I did that just very quickly, because that's the first thing I thought of. That's what it sounded like to me. But anyway, yeah, look out for that video on Sunday, because if they're going to do the whole album like that, then the producers, I don't know what they're listening to or how they're looking at it or how they haven't seen what I've seen, that it's a really quick fix to get it all to sound how it should sound and not using pitch correction on Freddie Mercury's voice. So yeah, I'll release that on Sunday. I'll explain what I'm talking about here because it might be a bit complicated to understand without me explaining about the different frequencies. But yeah, if they're doing the whole album like that, then yeah, I don't know where you go from there. And I'd like to think Brian May understands what I'm talking about, that he would know, and this is it, that yeah, maybe we can message him, because I don't have his phone number sadly, or email address or anything like that, but maybe he could get linked to my video so that he will understand what I'm saying, and he will understand how stupid it is to pitch correct Freddie Mercury's voice given the information that I will be providing on Sunday. So yeah, we'll look out for that. But anyway, yeah, Queen t-shirt, there you go. Obviously I'm a little bit early for the video, but thank you for that, Beth. Now, Sue has donated £20. Thank you for that, Sue. The message is, speaking of hoodies, after 7 long weeks of waiting, I finally received my Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. Love the logo. Are you the designer? Time to plug the merch. Sue, in brackets, Hermes Ninja, or Hermes Ninja. Anyway, yes, the logo and, well, the horse of the logo, the more recent logo, that was done by a friend of mine called Andy, who I used to play football with, and he played football with my dad as well. So he's like, yeah, family friend, but he's an amazing artist. So yeah, we just asked him, and my dad asked him as well, if he could just draw a horse, or not a horse, a Pegasus. Obviously it has to be relevant, just a horse, but then he could just add the wings to it, so it'll be fine. But yeah, he just drew something really quickly, and that was the design for the t-shirt, because I saw it and I thought, yeah, that'll do. So yeah, I then made that into digital form so that we could have that picture then as a vector image. Again, this is other stuff that you learn to do, you know, with Photoshop. Even though with Photoshop you can't turn it into a vector image, you need vector imaging software. So anyway, yeah, turning it into a vector image, so then I can use it as a logo and, you know, make it. And a vector image, by the way, is what you use when you want to have a logo, in this case, blown up, and it doesn't get pixelated as you normally would have with, you know, a JPEG or a PNG. Once it's saved, when you zoom into it or you make it really big, it starts to go blocky. Whereas a vector image means you can zoom in as much as you want and you can make it the size of a building and it still won't be pixelated. So that's the point of having that. So you can make it as big as you want, and then if you want to, you can save that as a JPEG, and you can, you know, make it as ridiculously huge for any purpose and save it so that it's never going to look pixely. So that's the point of using vector images. But anyway, that's, yeah, beside the point. It was, yeah, one of my friends that designed that. So there you go. And I mean, the Wings of Pegasus logo, that was designed by someone years and years and years and years and years and years ago. I don't know how many years, maybe 15 or 20 years. Hang on, let me think. Oh no, it couldn't have been. Yeah, probably 15 years ago, or maybe a little bit less. I'm going to say 15 just to be safe. So yeah, long time ago. And when I was, well, oh, hang on, 15 years ago. Yeah, it's probably about right, actually, because probably 11 years ago is when I tried to get in contact with them again, because I wanted the logo for, yeah, merch and all this stuff. And I said, have you got the logos? But I don't think they're using that email address anymore, and I could not get in contact with the original designer. So then I took it on myself and, yeah, messed around with it in Photoshop and, yeah, kind of did borders on it and just, again, updated it so that now I could have it on my website and it didn't look all pixely, because the original ones that I had weren't quite big enough, you know, the image file. So yeah, that's when I figured out effectively how to do it all myself anyway. So, but I didn't draw the horse. So there you go. Thank you for that, Sue. The Pegasus. But you know what I mean. Right. Gordon has donated £5 as well. Thank you for that, Gordon. And that is a straight up donation. So, by the way, we have a vote going in the live chat room for tonight's cover video, which we're going to have to jump into straight away because it's 51 minutes past 11 already. So it was between To Be With You and A Design for Life. Again, a bit of an acoustic showdown like we had last time. So I'm going to... I almost clicked on end stream there and not end poll. So let's end the poll. And obviously it's going to be To Be With You. So we'll jump into that. And where are we at with the likeometer? We are looking for 28 more people to hit the thumbs up to have the Fil Jam at the end of the live stream. And the Fil Jam, for reference, is going to be... Oh, I don't know how long it is. Oh, there it is at the bottom. 6 minutes and 4 seconds. So we will have to leave a little bit of time before the end of the live stream to get that done if we hit the target. So if you guys can hit that thumbs up, it'll be very much appreciated. And then we'll bust out the guitar again. We already have earlier tonight for some demonstrating purposes. Right. This is my version of To Be With You. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you after. Rock.
Hold on, little girl, show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl, a broken heart can't be that bad when it's through, it's through. Love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? And I've seen it all go down. Your game of love was all rained out. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to hold you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, love will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over, let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. I'm the one. Deep inside I hope you feel it too. Feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on the line, just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside I hope deep inside you feel it too. Waiting on a line of waiting on a line, yeah, just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you.
And there we have it. That was my version of To Be With You, obviously. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, the Mr. Big classic. And thank you guys over on Patreon for requesting that, and A Design for Life as the cover videos for tonight. It seems like A Design for Life is another one of those that misses out quite regularly, but it does pop up now and again. So we'll have to see if that is requested next time as well. Right, we do have Picture Corner, so I'm going to be jumping into there, and I think we have a few pictures to take a look at. So let's see what's going on in there tonight. Okay, cue the elevator guitar music, and this is a point. Let me get this on screen. Let's see where it... Okay, I was going to say see where it ends up, because sometimes it's not even on the screen. So let me... Oh, can I maybe centralize it a little bit more? Let me grab it, move it over there. There we go. Right, so this is the aforementioned Zoom call, and this happens over at the Wings of Pegasus supporters group, where it's all set up. So thank you for sending this in, and I'm going to have a go at going through the names. So of course this was Vince that has sent this in, and Laura has linked me to it. The message is, we zoomed for a couple of hours. Here's a pic from early in the Zoom chat, from left to right, and this is going top left, I believe, to bottom right. So we have Daniel, Vince, Bob, and then in brackets Grumpy, Paul, Barbara, Billy, Michael, Lisa, Diamond Girl in brackets, Angela, Daniela in brackets Ella, B, Bill, Laurelie in brackets Chanter of the North, Susan, Kevin, or should I say Suzanne, Kevin, Tracy, and in brackets Joe Flip. So thank you for sending that in. I hope you guys followed me as I went through with the names, and yeah, it was all present and correct. So thank you for sending that one in. So next up, we have Pluto, who is not only giving us the Pegasus impression with the wings, but we have the bucket hat on as well. So thank you for sending this in, and it's from Lynn, and the message was, Pluto is waiting for the anesthesia to kick in for his annual dental appointment. He's sporting his Wings of Pegasus bucket hat and his feather wings. So yeah, thank you for that. Right, next we have this that's been sent in from Angela, and it says, my new Wings of Pegasus table runner, never too early to think Christmas. Thank you for that. And Paul has sent this one in and says, he's ready for the live stream for every possible beverage required. He's got enough mugs, glasses, and tumblers to go round. So the message is, getting ready for the Wings of Pegasus live stream and Zoom meeting. So thank you for that, Paul. Right, so those are the pictures for tonight in Picture Corner. So we will try and remove that, and we'll stop the music. So, right, now we might have time to have a riff of the week or a fill tune. I think probably only time for one of them. So fill tune or riff of the week, you guys can decide in the live chat room. Just let me know, and I'll keep an eye in the live chat room for that. And Julesy was quick there saying riff. And probably no troll corner tonight, but it's not, well, we haven't got time for it, but also, I'll probably put the troll things that I would mention tonight, I will put in a video either this week or next week. I will be addressing different things and probably mentioning some comments with other things that I'll be pointing out about recent videos and what they're related to, just to keep everybody educated as to what's going on. So yeah, no troll corner for tonight, but we will jump into what looks like maybe a riff of the week. And I say maybe because of course I haven't set this up to do it. So we will have a riff, right? And give me a number between 1 and 100 please, and I'll let you guys know if that riff has indeed been used up. I don't think we've got very many. And thank you, Laura, for sending me the riffs of the week. Even when we don't do the riffs of the week, which has been for many weeks, Laura still sends me the list. So thank you for that. And it makes it a lot easier to access them. So now I have the remaining riffs that, are there. I'm going to have a look through the live chat room. We've got numbers going on. And let me pick out one at random. We're going to go with... Suzanne says 28. Have we had 28? Ooh, yes, we have. But it's next to a number that we haven't had. So, Liz says 26. We've had 26. And 67, Angela says we've had 67. And 87, we've had 87. We've only got, this is like the lottery now. We've only got a few numbers left. And when I said 27, we have had, oh no, I said 28 we've had, but the number next to that we haven't had. So unfortunately, Suzanne 27, somebody says 29, which, I think somebody else said 27 or 28. We've had 27, 28. We haven't had 29. So that is going to be the riff of the week for tonight. Now, let me try and find it. Riff of the week 29. There it is. And I'm going to have to click on it and mute that and do a screen capture so that you guys can see it as well. Now, I don't know where this is going to actually appear on the screen. So... oh, it's not too bad, just slightly off to the left. I can just move it over a little bit. So, right, what we're looking for is the name of the song that this particular riff comes from. You can give me the artist or the band if you want to, but let's have a listen to this and see what it is. And there we have it. Well, this is a well-known riff, so I think somebody's going to get it very quickly. And as I say that, let me have a look. Barbara said, Killing in the Name, which, I mean, it is pretty much, we're missing out just a very small two-letter word at the end of that. So, I think Barbara wins that one. Killing in the Name. I'm just trying to think if the official title is Killing... It might actually not have the of at the end. It might just be Killing in the Name. So that's something that, well, I'm sure that, Barbara's won that anyway. But, let me have a look further up to see if anybody else got it before that. Let me scroll down. And let's have a look. Oh, Rage Against the Machine, Cindy said. Joe said Aqualung, of course. Split Image 137 said Killing in the Name, so maybe it is Killing in the Name. Lucy says Killing in the Name of. Oh, this is going to have to be something that can be searched in Google. I can't do it because I've got all this software running and I don't want everything to crash. But yes, we'll have to have a little look at it. I mean, I don't know. Oh, let me get this off screen so you can actually come back to me in the room. I can't remember. Now that I'm questioning whether the of is part of the title, I might be able to do this without breaking everything. Let me type it in. And it's Killing in the Name, or at least that's what Google says. So, and I haven't entered it into the search, but it gives me the names. So, the of is not part of it. So, Barbara was indeed 100% correct. And Cindy says, it is Killing in the Name. It's so difficult not to say of. But, thank you, guys, for playing Riff of the Week tonight. Barbara is the winner of just nothing, apart from being the first. And it's always on my list in the comment section, because I know that people's comment sections vary as to who shows their name first and somebody else is then second, and then depends where you are in the world and how long comments take to go through the server, all that kind of stuff. So Barbara was the first to get that on tonight's live stream. So yeah, thank you for playing Riff of the Week for tonight. Now, I have to get organised again because we are going to be jumping into the Fil Jam for tonight, 173. That's the number that it is. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. By the way, if you're watching this on catch up, you can keep on hitting that thumbs up. Really does help this live stream to get out there and for the channel to grow on the whole. So let's grab a guitar and we'll have to zoom. God, I'm way too close to the desk here. Just clattering everything with the guitar. Zoom out, mic on, and let's have a little look over here. Okay, Fil Jam 173. Let's click on this.
I feel genuinely nervous to...
Oh, and there's a guy feeling genuinely nervous doing an advert. But anyway, this is coming from... Let me skip that advert, pause it. This is coming from Kazoo Rock Guitar CH. Now let me see if that is... Oh yeah, it doesn't even say channel. It's just a Kazoo, K-A-Z-U, Rock Guitar CH. So as if it's going to say channel, but it doesn't. And it's progressive hard rock ballad backing track in E minor. So that's what we're going to be jamming along to tonight. And I think the guitar works all right. Okay, right, still working from earlier. So that is good. Have I done everything? Did I zoom out? Or did I not zoom out? I can't remember. That's zooming in, that's zooming out. Can I zoom out again? No. Right, so I did. Okay, let me know what the levels are like. And, I mean, hard rock. We'll see what happens here. Let me see if I can actually reach everything. Oh, just smack my guitar on the desk. Oh. I'll take it back. Oh, it starts immediately. Level's good, sounds great, sounds good. Check it off. When I thought it was going to change it, it wasn't changing, and then it changed again. Right, so let's keep on going with it. I knew there was an ending that was going to happen at that point. Okay, I wasn't expecting the ending that suddenly, but yeah, maybe. Well, I don't generally tend to look at the video when it's playing, but maybe I would have spotted. But then again, maybe it doesn't show the time when it's playing. Anyway, sudden ending, but never mind. That was tonight's Fil Jam. So we got a little bit crazy there, a little bit tappy in places. So that was progressive hard rock ballad backing track in E minor from Kazoo Rock Guitar CH. And that's Kazoo, K-A-Z-U. If you guys want to have a jam along to that yourselves. And that one, I think the last jam we had 2 chords, but that had more chords, which is good. And yeah, it's all about trying to catch those changes when they come in. But yeah, it is relatively straightforward, but some nice changes in there, which is good. So anyway, thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and ensuring that we have a Fil Jam for tonight. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night, and we'll be live streaming on Saturday night, of course. So hopefully you can make it then. We will be going for a new record on Saturday night, and we need everybody to turn up. Anybody that can make it is more than welcome to hit that thumbs up on Saturday to see if we can get another record, because we got one last Saturday, so we will see. But yeah, look out for that video on Sunday that I'll be doing as well, and there'll be another video on Friday. Wednesday, Friday and Sunday are the video days, and Saturday and Tuesday are the live stream days. So yeah, hopefully I will see you on Saturday night as well. That's where I will be, 11 PM BST, British summertime. So yeah, check your clocks and make sure that you can join me then. So all that's left for me to say is try to stay. Oh, by the way, Diamond Girl has donated $3, so thank you for that in the super chat window. And there's the pair person doing a thumbs up, so thank you for that, Diamond Girl. So now all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live, and I will catch you guys at the next one. Rock!